There's nothing quite like hearing a fart and knowing the painful inevitability of it crossing your nose's path. But if you could react quickly enough, do you even stand a chance to escape its smell? Could you outrun a fart? If you're trying to outrun the sound, good luck. Sounds are vibrations that travel through particles in a wave, and their speed is dependent on the medium they're traveling in. For example, sound travels 4 times faster in water than air because the particles are much closer together, meaning they more quickly transmit vibration energy. When traveling through air at sea level and 15 degrees Celsius, sound travels at about 340 meters per second, which is way faster than the fastest man on Earth, Usain Bolt, who can only move 12.4 meters per second. Not even the fastest animal, the peregrine falcon, which can travel 82 meters per second, could soar past the sound of its own toot. But it's the smell that most are concerned about escaping anyway, and here's where it gets a bit more complicated. Unlike sound waves and visible light, which travel through the air, smell is made up of the odor compounds that create the air. When you cut the cheese, odor molecules travel through the air and up your nose where they bind to odorant receptors, and each individual has a unique set of receptors, meaning we all perceive smell differently. At the basic level, smells travel through the process of diffusion, whereby particles move from an area of high concentration to low concentration until reaching a state of equilibrium. But the composition of every fart is unique based on the food you ate, your gut bacteria breaking it down, and the swallowed air you took in. Yep, farts are like snowflakes, each with its own variants. But the average fart tends to be composed of around 59% nitrogen, 21% hydrogen, 9% carbon dioxide, 7% methane, 3% oxygen, and only around 1% is made up of the smelly stuff. Even knowing this, we would still need to know the concentration at the source, the temperature, air pressure, and wind movement in the room, which even in a very still room is significant. Anecdotal evidence on the internet suggests that farts are ejected at about 3 meters per second, but there's little scientific evidence to back this up. However, if we take into account the temperature of the gas, pressure, and kinetic energy of molecules, then the kinetic theory of gases can help predict the average speed of a gas molecule. But since a fart is made up of many molecules, let's just focus on one of the smellier parts, scatol. If we use the kinetic theory of gases, assume that the fart is at body temperature, and then we plug in the molar mass of scatol, we calculate that the smelly scatol may be traveling around 243 meters per second, which is obviously faster than a human can move. Of course, these molecules aren't traveling in an uninterrupted line, but are constantly colliding into other air particles and physical matter. As a result, the gas cloud as a whole travels much slower, still guided by diffusion. And it doesn't take into account any air movement like wind or the ejection direction, which could either work for you or against you. So while you certainly can't run faster than the absolute speed of smelly fart particles, with a little luck, you might be able to avoid the fart itself. Want more fart science? Check out our videos, Are Silent Farts More Deadly? And Why Do We Like Our Own Farts? By clicking the screen or using the link in the description. And subscribe for more weekly science videos.